Well, history is worth billions in St. Augustine. That's according to a brand new study being presented tonight to the City Commission. But rising seas and more frequent flooding could threaten that economy and the very survival of the city itself. Jessica Clark is on your side tonight, breaking down some of the first major studies that focuses solely on flood impacts to St. Augustine's historic resources.
I'm obsessed with this building.
Ray Emmy is the associate director of the Lightner Museum. His team is already adding in preventative flooding techniques to a new project for the museum.
There's going to be a perimeter wall that's going to be a measure to help with flooding back here.
That building from the 1880s also holds St. Augustine's City Hall. And when it rains, streets around it flood.
Oh yes, it floods all the time.
The building is one of many historic sites which saturate St. Augustine's scenery. It's places like these that a new study called Resilient Heritage in the Nation's Oldest City aims to protect.
To try to learn what the city could do.
It identifies the most vulnerable historic resources, and it presents policies to tackle new construction, home preservation, and even government buyouts of chronic flooded properties. It also proposes concepts that could protect historic places, such as the Lightner Museum's building. Ideas include adding floodgates and
Looking at some flood wrapping materials that could be installed.
And get this, one idea is using the historic indoor empty swimming pool there, which is now a cafe, and
Letting the water come in, protecting the poured coquina walls.
and then just letting the floodwaters eventually flow back out. And protecting historic sites is more than just about saving pretty old buildings. It's really about economics as well.
It's the heritage tourism draw that we have.
The report calculated that heritage is valued at $2.9 billion in St. Augustine. More than half of the people who visit come for its history.
That's really our economic engine.
So finding a way to keep it running is.
It's imperative to preserving the history of the town as well as the people who live here and their livelihood.
In St. Augustine, Jessica Clark, First Coast News on your side.